my relationship with Firestone just began in mid-60s, and I was just a young driver coming through the ranks, and when I reached the top rank of Indy cars, one of the teams that I joined was one of the top testing teams for Firestone to develop the racing tires. And it was perfect timing for me because there was a so-called tire war at the time between Firestone and Goodyear, and so it was very important to be solid on one side or the other, and I think I was on the right side of it all. And as a youngster, I benefited from all of that testing, all of the miles that we put under our belt to, again, advance the technology of the tires, but I also advanced some of my skills as well for racing, because as you can see, there's nothing more valuable than having a lot of miles on a racetrack. So again, it goes right back to then, and of course, you know, we had some good fortune along the way of winning some of the major events. You know, I won like Daytona 500, Indy 500 on Firestone tires, you know, sports car races like Sebring 12, and on, and championships, and that's pretty much stayed with Firestone until they pulled out 1975, but then they came back in the 90s, and they asked me to rejoin. By then I was out of the cockpit, but I have family involved. My sons, Mike and Jeff, were still racing, and so again, it continued. And the thing that I really value the most is what I got out of the relationship with the company was that I know well and appreciate, you know, what the company stands for and the culture of the company, and that's why when I'm asked to come to an event such as Pugh's Tires here in Williamston, we were just talking with the family, you know, that we see family businesses, you know, third, fourth generations. And I identify with that because in racing, I have pretty much the same thing, you know. We're third generation, and you see how they blossom as the years go by. Right now, here in Williamston, a brand new store, beautiful store. They have multiple stores. And it's wonderful to see that sort of thing, because it spells hard work, success, and believing, you know, in the good things in life. And so I really enjoy, and I feel very privileged to be invited to some of these events.
When you just look back over, you mentioned so many events from Daytona to are there any ones that just stick out and the first things you think of that are most special to you?
When I'm asked about, you know, what's most special about the wins in my career, I tell you what, everyone. Because no matter how often you think, you know, you're winning, it's never often enough. And, you know, I've been blessed, no question about it. And, but the classics are usually the ones that people know the most about. You know, that's how they pretty much identify you by. And so I mentioned, okay, you mentioned Indianapolis. Everybody knows Indianapolis. The whole world knows Indianapolis, Daytona, and so on and so forth. The World Championship, you know, was something very dear to me, because having been born and raised in Italy, you know, that's, you know, when I fell in love with the sport, you know, about Formula One and so forth. And when I was able to accomplish that, I was accomplishing my ultimate dream. So as you could see, I've been very fortunate, you know, in my career, and I'm here still to talk about it, you know. So that's another thing that I think I count my blessings every day for.
And you were talking about family a little bit earlier. Just looking at your family and just the almost lineage that that you've started and, you know, maintained and encouraged and trained, and just talk a little bit about, you know, that, and what's that like to have such a dynamic family?
Well, there's a lot of pride in having a family involved in a business that they love, they work hard for, and then they have success. I mean, there's nothing better than that. I mean, as we're talking, you know, just about a few days ago, my son's team in Indianapolis, he fielded 5 cars and 4 of the 5 were in the top 6, including the winner. James Hinchcliffe, you know, had an unfortunate incident, or he might have been there for sure, you know. So when you see that type of success, I mean, you know, my chest goes out to here, you know, you can imagine. And again, it doesn't come by accident, you know, it comes with a lot of hard work and dedication and focus and love, passion for the business. So all of this, again, you know, you pinch yourself, you know, when it's that good.
And it is about the racing, but it goes beyond that. And from different pop culture appearances over the years, from Home Improvement to the movies and stuff like that. What's that like? Did you ever expect to?
Well, opportunities come along. Obviously, if somewhere you're in the limelight in your sport, then you know, you create curiosity and you get invited, you know, to some of the shows, and that's part of a lot of fun, obviously, to be outside the box, if you will. And I had plenty of those opportunities along the way, you know. So my very first one was appearance with Johnny Carson, you know, back in the 60s when I was the youngest driver to win the national championship, you know, things like that. And then it sort of, it goes on from there.
I've always wanted to ask about the milk. Like, do you really, is it really great to drink the milk after you win, or that would be probably the last thing I'd want to drink after sitting in the race car for a few hours, or is it tradition?
You have no idea how good that milk tastes after winning the Indianapolis 500. You have no idea. There's no champagne, no other drink in the world that tastes as good as that milk.